Good morning, Pisces, and welcome to your reading with Molly the Star Kid at Starkidignited for August. I do want to say sorry that I did intend to get these readings out a bit earlier than now, but I was sick, so we're doing them now, and it'll be great. So, moving on. So Pisces, I'm going to jump straight into your energetic check-in, your higher self reading, channeling, and then this is part one. Part two is always over on Patreon, and I'd love to see you guys over there. Thank you so much for all the new Patreons. Thank you so much for all your donations, all your personal readings, all your support. I love you so much. Thank you. Okay. So Pisces, when I tuned into your energy, there was a floating sensation, almost like out of body. You've been doing so well in work and applying your intuition. You've been doing so well in work and applying your intuitive abilities and powers to your career sector, gathering momentum and attracting opportunities aligned with your soul work. This is bringing in good fortune and luck as you're applying yourself in a disciplined manner. Wonderful. However, you yourself may have felt a bit out of sorts as you're expanding so much energy physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually that by the time you stop, you may feel like you're spinning and not on the ground. It feels like more money and abundance has been coming in for you, rewarding your efforts, and with that, the need for rest and recuperation and time to play and enjoy yourself to balance out the hard yards that you've been dedicating yourself to. Your third eye has been upgraded and activated during this time. You'll notice warmth around the ears, a warm draining sensation was what I'm feeling, signifying old programs, views, and visions being released, and new spiritual insights and foresight being downloaded for this stage in your journey. As your third eye increases its psychic function, you may be more prone to headaches or brain fog. So high vibrational food is very crucial. Head massage, oils rubbed near temples, and breathing techniques with lots of grounding, bare feet will help to feel more centered and energized as you unlock new levels of your gifts and access your higher dimensional frequency DNA and abilities. And now this next part is from your higher self. So Pisces, you are once again ready to take this further leap on your soul's path, and you will love, and I want to reassure you that I am with you, guiding you and surrounding you with love as you step into the enchanting unknown. We have been here before, and I invite you with my dearest love to take these steps slowly, intentionally, and with crystal clear intentions, as it is my wish that you get to feel and enjoy this entire process, releasing fear and the need to rush and sinking into the ecstasy of joy and pleasure that's in store for you with this expansion. I will guide you and encourage you to take exquisite care of your physical vessel so as to not create so much change the physical mind and body becomes unsettled or can't keep up. You're an incredible fractal of divine energy, opening up more to your power, and we, your spirit team, and I, your higher self, are more present than ever before, protecting you and nurturing you as you do. Be gentle, be magnificent, and know that you are so loved. Awesome, Pisces. So that was a really cool channel message to get for you guys. Excited for what you're bringing through in work. It sounds like you've got a lot at your fingertips, which is wonderful. And just that reminder from Spirit and your higher self to take it slowly, that there is no rush, that what's meant for you can't pass you, and to enjoy the moment and enjoy all the feelings of what you're doing because you've worked really hard to get there. And to make sure that you're relaxing as well, because it looks like you're bringing in a lot of energies, and that can be, a bit overwhelming while we're getting used to that pace. And I would definitely listen. A lot of my signs that I did for my readings told me to rest, and I didn't rest, and then I got sick. So always better to take the nudge rather than the push. Okay, so let's see. What card do you have for Pisces energy for this next 30 days? Okay, awesome, Pisces. So the first card that you get is endurance. Keep going. So again, that floating sensation, that fast moving energy that we picked up on, you're really moving forward quickly, and Spirit is reminding you to keep going, to not let anything distract you from your path or pull you away. We've got 43 breaking down to a 7, so lucky spiritual number. Your next card that we got from the mermaids as well is falling in love. And this always just like looks like such a divine partnership. Like even, and this doesn't, I get the feeling that it may not be with someone else, although it certainly could be. But it feels like keep going toward falling in love, keep going toward a path that you're truly in love with. And because it says kissing the divine in another and in yourself. So it can definitely be this like marriage of masculine, feminine energy. It can also just be, as you keep going toward this path, you're going to be coming closer to your true love, to something that is a divine connection for you, that is a relationship that you're truly meant to be in. There might have been things that have come up in the in Venus retrograde, especially like with old partners, or with even like tests in love where something looks really good and it feels really good, but then we realize it's not quite what we were meant to be going after. So there could be things like that, and Spirit's just reminding you as well, like keep going, look after yourself and have that endurance to push forward, because falling in love with yourself and those around you is definitely in your divine life purpose. It's in your plan and it is coming. Saturn has been in your sign, so you've really had that kick up the butt this year, and it will be in your sign for the next year, I think at least. It's only in the early degrees of Pisces right now. But yeah, awesome. So let's see how you're feeling about all of this. Let's see what's going on. There's also like a very divine connection. The fact that the mermaid and the man, like an angel, she's like burst up from the sea. So she's come out of her emotion and he's coming down from his mind and being able to meet. It's like the masculine might be a bit stuck in his head and the feminine may have been weighed down by her emotion, but there's this beautiful harmony, this beautiful union that's coming. So that's beautiful. We love to see it. So how are the Pisces feeling about this endurance card, Spirit? Cool. We get shark with action. So yeah, you've been taking lots of action, Spirit's just reminding you to keep going. Pace yourself, but keep going, keep making those moves. It's going to pay off. And what do we have for falling in love? No, we get the little penguins with trust. And penguins are so cute. Like, who was I? I was listening to Dr. D. Martini. He's really great. And he was talking about how he observed these penguins and they just have these like little rock mounds and they're like really, I don't think he called them attractive, but like, the more like successful male penguins have these giant mounds of rocks which they're trying to attract their mate with. And then there was some like, less, I don't know what the word for it would be, like physically gifted penguins who didn't have as many rocks, and like, I don't know, it's just really cute. But yeah, so with the penguin card with falling in love, I think you're really trying to find that trust in yourself, trying to find that trust in balancing both those male and feminine, masculine and feminine energies, whether you're male or female. Finding honor and a place for both of them in your life and learning to trust yourself as you do that. And that's creating a firmer foundation to be able to trust other people and open up your heart again to people when it feels right. Is there any other? Okay. Okay, and then we do have two other feeling cards. So we get the Manta Ray, which is 1/6, which is a 7 again. So maybe... yeah, related to keep going. Oh, and this is a 7 too, 25, rough sea. So we get 777. So very lucky. You're likely this action that you're doing, it's going to be like a jackpot energy for you. And we get friendship and the unexpected. So there might be some unexpected friendships that are showing up for you as you take this action. You might be calling in your soul tribe. You know, the more that you shine your light brightly is from the truth of who you really are, the easier it is for your soul tribe to be able to find you. We are in a very, I don't know, like special state right now. The last few years, especially since 2020, and it's just building up. Lots of like solar flares are happening. Energetics of the planet are different. Things, so many people are ascending. So many people are waking up. They're becoming like, people who refuse to change are having so much conflict and burden and challenge happen to them where they're almost getting forced to change. And those of you who are awakened, and us, I guess, who are awakened, you know, it doesn't mean that things are perfect, but it means that things are aligning more. We're more able to handle those unexpected changes because we can feel into what's right for us. And it's so much easier to fight for something, like fight through something, or endure something when you know it's truly on your path and it has meaning to you and it's enriching your life. So that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting here. And I think there has been unexpected things that have happened, but you're really creating a nice solid support system around you, friendships, people to share your heart with, that is just making this process easier to endure. And also, I think getting you more in that energetic vibration to match with the perfect love, because the more that we can find that love in other people and the more that we can feel loved and cherished and special for who we are, it's hard for other people not to be attracted to us because they just feel that energy and they want to be part of it too. Okay, cool. So, all right, let's jump into tarot. You know, I'm somewhere different today recording this, so I'm just going to try not to bang on this table too loudly. My apologies if it is loud. So Spirit, how have Pisces been showing up currently? What is their current energy? Oh goodness. Oh, love to see it. So we get the High Priestess and the Emperor. Again, like very like spiritual, sacred feminine energy mixed with this action-orientated, powerful masculine energy, creating foundations, creating a really strong, like concrete base to go off. So that's really cool. So Pisces, yeah, definitely you're listening to your intuition, but you're not just listening and receiving, you're also taking action. There's like a beautiful marrying, and we see that in this card. Just a beautiful unity of both these energies, which is powerful and wonderful. So what is challenging Pisces right now? Okay, we get the Chariot. So moving forward with, it's like, I get that. I think for a lot of you, you are doing this because we get the High Priestess and the Emperor. Sorry. So it's like, you know, again, like duality, both sides of yourself, the shadow and the light, working together to move forward, to have that strong willpower. In some decks, the stars here remind us, on some decks, it's like he's like moving forward onto this like spiritual, like light road. I just saw 333. This like, you know, like this path of stars and like our destiny kind of thing. So you're being called to move into your destiny with courage, with determination, with will. And I think that you are doing this. It like, if not, you will be doing it, but it just feels like you are, especially from your energy check-in. And you may be being challenged a little bit, like there might be a bit of a challenge to see both sides of yourself, Pisces, to recognize the light and the shadow and to not shame yourself for any times that you didn't live up to your own expectations or when you acted out of shadow and it didn't serve you or the people around you. Really coming to a greater understanding of that, learning from it, showing yourself forgiveness and other people forgiveness, and rather than blaming or you know, feeling self-pity, being like, okay, you know what, no, I've learned what I needed to learn. I'm sorry to myself if I, you know, did something that I wasn't proud of. I'm sorry to that person if I blamed them for something that was, you know, an equal thing, like it takes two to tango kind of thing. But whatever the case, you're releasing yourself from it. We got the Ace of Swords, so it's like there is truth here that's coming out that you're having to, you know, like see things for what they are. And the truth can be cutting as much as it can be like freeing as well. It frees us from holding on to things that aren't meant to be in our lives anymore. It also can feel sharp and it can feel harsh to acquaint to. So that might be an element here as well. Okay, what was the past energy? Oh, this is such a cool reading. Thank you for being here, Pisces. Yeah, okay, cool. So we get the Nine of Wands. So this could be like a fire sign really encouraged you, or there was something that happened in the past where you know, someone with these qualities of the Nine of Wands, so someone who's passionate, confident, charismatic, came forward toward you. But I also just get that this is definitely your energy as well, where you've been really action orientated. You've been focused on your goal and proudly moving toward it. Yeah. Okay. And so the upcoming energy that we have is the Queen of Swords. Okay, and this makes sense. Yeah. So it's like needing to like be nurturing in your yeah. It's a lot of words. So needing to like nurture your own dreams, nurture your own passions, your sense of truth, all the knowledge and the wisdom that you have, but also being someone who can cut away, again, things that no longer serve them, having to be quite disciplined and even use parts of your logical brain to not get too carried away with certain things and to know what to cut off, what to let in. The Queen of Swords is very good at keeping her boundaries up. She's very good at knowing, like, seeing the truth of something, not being too overtaken by her heart. Like, she's a queen, so she's still in touch with her heart, but she's not going to be, you know, dragged into the emotions of something or ripped away in fantasy. It's like kind of being able to really discern what is in her highest and best and what isn't, so that she's able to run her kingdom and do all the things that she needs to do, you know, whether male or female. So if you are male, it's reminding you that you can do all these things. You can be disciplined and logical, but you can also be, there's also a place for your feminine side to come into it, for nurturing of yourself and others. When we cut people away, we don't have to do it in a way that breaks them down. You know, it can just be as simple as, you know, I see you, I respect you, but I have to go this way. And so I'm sorry, I don't have the time for that right now. It doesn't have to be like, you know, well, you did this and you're clearly so bad. Like, that is not what it's about. So yeah, just having that feminine love and gentleness mixed with strong boundaries and discipline. Okay, and wisdom. Okay, so what are Pisces focused on right now? Okay, so we get the Tower, which is a bit unexpected. We do have the unexpected rough seas card here. So things may have been happening right now, Pisces, where it feels like things are all falling apart. Things are being ripped away from you. But what this is showing is that, one, with the Tower, like, it's Pluto energy. And Pluto energy, as much as it can be like scary and make us face our fears, and it can feel destructive, it can also be like a massive catalyst for healing and for power. So it does feel like you might be focused on all the ways that people have taken your power, all the things that have gone wrong recently. And maybe that's why you're moving so quickly, why you're so determined to go forward, which is fantastic. Like, you're utilizing this chaotic energy, and you're like compiling it and letting it like, you know, like focalize and push you forward, which is great. Is there anything else about the Tower? Yes. So we get the Magician, Judgment, and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, I feel like whatever this was, even if it was unexpected, it reminded you that you have everything you need already inside you. You are connected with all the elements. You have so much power at your fingertips that you can call in to create the reality that you want, to create a life of your dreams, that, and especially with Judgment, that is aligned with what you actually came here to do, something that makes you feel that makes your heart feel light, like you have a purpose in this world, that you're serving humanity or you're serving your soul. You're doing something in a way where it's not just for you, and that's making you feel even more empowered. And then we get the Queen of Wands. So feeling especially confident, creative, charismatic, like you have so much beauty and attraction at your fingertips that you can move forward on, and it's going to I also just got like music could be a part of this. It could be any creative endeavor, so you know, art, writing, just using your passion and your creativity in a way that's nurturing for your soul and that feels aligned with your bigger mission. Okay, cool. And is there anything in Pisces subconscious? Oh, okay, okay. All right, so we get two tens. We get the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. So this definitely reminds me of the energy check-in reading where, you know, there has been a lot catalyzing you forward. There's been a lot that you've had to deal with. And while you are a magnificent creator being that can see things in the highest vibration, you're also, there's a part of you that is really tired, that's feeling really burdened down, that's feeling weighed down, that was hurt by what happened here. And, you know, like maybe it feels a bit uncomfortable to be with that part of yourself, to like really accept those things. And I understand that, like, it can be hard to be vulnerable, but the more vulnerable we can be with at least ourselves, the more potential for growth that there is. You know, a tree doesn't grow where it's hardest, it grows where it's soft. And so Spirit is just reminding you to allow a bit of time to be soft with yourself, that all this wonderful energy that you have at your fingertips, there is nothing here saying if you don't move today, it's gone, you've lost it. That's just not how it works. You'll know when you have to move quickly, but right now it's more about just like moving diligently forward. And sometimes the best way to move forward is to take a break when you need it, to address what is coming up as it comes up before it gets to a point that it has to take you out for you to listen, as I know. So yeah, and then we also get the King of Wands in reverse. So a lot of this pain could have been from a fire sign. It could be from someone who was more controlling, manipulative, who used their power in ways that weren't supportive. They used their power to try to rip you down or to gain control over you. And this energy is just coming up in your subconscious because it's going to be there forever. And I think that is something that I struggle with, is when some trauma or thing that I feel like I've already worked through comes back up, it feels like, well, is this going to be here forever? Like, you know, but it's just like, you know, like as that iceberg, like as you do more healing, as you go towards your dreams more, that like you're strong enough to like have more of that iceberg exposed and for it to be dealt with. And so just remind yourself that it won't be forever, that the more that you take the time now to do the healing, the less that there will be later. Even if it does come up again, it's like, you know, it's like getting that air out of that balloon, and like maybe that balloon will still be there and you'll have to get more air out of it at a point. Every time that you do that healing work is useful, is sacred, is helpful. And then we get the Page of Swords as well. So yeah, there might be something that you like, you know, you might actually be able to use this pain for something that you write about, something that you teach, something that you communicate with. It could be something that really, you know, helps bring you new ideas and fresh perspectives. The more that you deal with this underlying just burden and getting rid of other people's opinions that no longer serve you, and dealing with whoever this person was, you know, that tried to take your power and tried to show you that you were small. That's definitely not true, but it just needs to be, you know, your inner being, your child self needs that reassurance again from your adult self is how I'm feeling. Okay, so this has gone a bit longer than I thought, but it's fine. So we're going to jump into part 2 in a second and look at love in more detail, career in more detail, and money and finances. But I'm going to get some higher self advice for you now. So what is the higher self of Pisces wanting to say? Oh, so you get 35, which talks about trust the guidance you're receiving. So Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present, Archangel Michael, to clear away your worries so that you can trust your divine guidance. That's so good, like, especially with what we were just talking about. Yes, okay. Then we get trust your angels. So let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. And all these like feminine angels coming through for you right now. So you get the masculine and the feminine. You know, you've likely got male and masculine and feminine guides, as I'm sure most people do, I'm thinking. But they're just really showing up for you on both sides here. And then we get 33. This is a blessing in disguise with all the angel wings. So be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. So beautiful, Pisces. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that there. We're going to jump over to part 2 now on Patreon. I'd love to see you guys over there. And otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your patience. I so appreciate it. If this resonated, you know, like, share, comment. I read all the comments. And yeah, until next time.